What's up, you guys? Comic-Con here, bringing you my perspective as to what entertainment is bringing us. And welcome to another new episode of Worthy or Not, where I talk about the video game characters whether they are worthy of being playable in Super Smash Bros. And today, we'll be talking about one of the most requested characters in Super Smash Bros. Phoenix Wright. Now, Phoenix Wright debuted on in 2001, which is called Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Now, despite the fact that it a lot of what a lot of us Americans thought it first debuted on DS, it actually debuted on the Game Boy. You might not have heard of it because the Game Boy version never left Japan. It wasn't it wasn't local, so this game wasn't even localized until like 4 years later. Like this, yeah, this game never left Japan until like until like 2005. So it is pretty crazy that what was once a Japanese only franchise is now like one of the most popular visual novel out there. I would argue this game literally popularized visual, literally put visual novels in it. It got Western people to pay attention to visual novels. Like there were some other games that people were paying attention to prior to Phoenix Wright, like maybe like the Silver Case or the Fate Stay Night, but I would argue Phoenix Wright really popularized it in some way. So, how would Phoenix Wright work for Smash Brothers? So, so here are some of the move sets. So I uh Phoenix Wright is not known as a fighter. I well, or at least I don't think he's not known as a fighter, but I think he would do some unorthodox. I think he would add some unorthodox shit. Like I think his I think I want his neutral special to be him saying objection. Like that would be so that would look so stupid, but my god, it would look absolutely amazing at the same time. And I want his movesets to be kind of ripped straight from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So have borrow some I maybe borrow some ideas from Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and do some and make make it make get creative with it. I do have a feeling Sakurai would find a way to make him work for Smash, but I do think that with the Final Smash, his Final Smash would be him summoning every single one of his opponents in the courtroom and making and Phoenix would make him testify, and honestly, yeah, it's pretty much the same exact thing like what Marvel vs. Capcom 3 did, but I you can't think of anything else. It is extremely iconic to the Phoenix Wright franchise, honestly. And as for what stage would it be, it it has to be the courtroom. Like there's no other way. It has to be the courtroom. Like you can't tell me anything else other than the courtroom. I mean, there might be some other stages that other people could think of, but no, there's it has to be the courtroom. This you're literally in the courtroom for like more than half of some of the games. I bear in mind I've only played like the first two Phoenix Wright games, but you are in the courtroom for a majority of the game, and even for some of the most even for a lot of the most most iconic moments in the franchise, they happen in the courtroom. So the courtroom has to be the stage, and for the music, there's actually kind of there's the Phoenix the Phoenix Wright franchise actually has quite a bit of bangers. Even if you include even if you include songs from mainly the first game, I'd be fine with that. Just as long as you remix some of them, it would. I would say it would work honestly. Yeah, as just as long as I get a Smash remix of Cornered Pursuit, I would be extremely satisfied. Even a remix of Maya's theme would work. Speaking of Maya, I do think if you were to make Phoenix stand out, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Maya would need to be. She has to be an integral part of Phoenix's moveset. She was already a part of Phoenix's moveset in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I think she needs to be emphasized more in Phoenix Wright this moveset. I mean, in, in my idea, I think Phoenix and Maya would be. I think they should be a duo of sorts. Because I do know that Maya is a little bit more feisty, so I think she wants. I think Maya wants to go more in your face, whereas Phoenix would be more unorthodox in how he fights. So if if Sakurai wants to be a lot more creative, my idea would be that Phoenix and Maya would be a duo. That's that's just how I see it. And speaking of Marvel vs. Capcom, here are his alternate colors. Uh, as you can see, the second color would be Miles Edgeworth, and I and honestly, if one idea I have for an alternate color is with Francisco von Karma, or even Manfred von Karma, or any of the von Karma and any of the Von Karma family would be nice. I think they would choose a alternate color for Francisca. I would also choose an alternate. I would also get an alternate color for Maya as well. So, but I do like these alternate colors that Marvel vs. Capcom 3 offered. I just think that what I just think that what I'm offering what I'm saying would represent the franchise a lot better. Hell, I think if I see this the last alternate color correctly, I think that's the guy from Ghost Trick. That's another Capcom franchise that has a similar vibe to Ace Attorney, although it's a lot more. Ghost Trick is a lot more supernatural, but it's still it. Although Ghost Trick has it's a similar archetype where you play as a quote unquote detective. Although Phoenix Wright is not a detective, he is a lawyer. So but semantics. Overall, I do I would honestly love to see Phoenix Wright in Smash. I think he would be great to see as like a visual not as a representation for the visual novel genre. Although although honestly if they were although if they were to choose someone from the visual novel genre, I honestly think it would be someone from I think honestly think they would prioritize Fate Stay Night or Danganronpa. Fate Stay Night is because the Fate franchise is huge in Japan. Literally, this is like one of the highest grossing video game franchises in Japan. Like this, Fate is a huge moneymaker. Especially in the mobile game Fate Grand Order. Like Jesus Christ, the amount of money that game gets is insane. And as for Danganronpa, you know, uh, you know, you know, 10 years ago, I would say that Phoenix Wright is the most popular visual novel in that genre. Nowadays, that's not the case anymore. That honor goes to Danganronpa, which is crazy because Danganronpa does not. Danganronpa is is only is a 15-year-old is is literally a 15-year-old franchise, and its popularity has skyrocketed so much. Like it's insane how fast it blew up. So even if you include Capcom characters, Phoenix Wright has a tough battle to sworn in. Yeah, he has to. I would say if I were to go Capcom specifically, I would personally pick Chun Li, the first lady of fighting games. Even Monster Hunter is even Monster Hunter is like right up there. Yeah, hell, Resident Evil doesn't even have a playable character. I'm surprised that Resident Evil doesn't have a playable character. If I were to choose a Resident Evil character, I would definitely choose Leon, but Jill, Chris, and Claire would definitely be good choices too. But yeah, so Phoenix Wright, I would love to see him in Smash. But he's got a tough battle. He's in a tough battle. He's in a tough spot, honestly. With we haven't gotten a brand new game from him. Like yeah, I know that we've gotten a remasters of a lot of his games. Even the great Ace Attorney Mysteries spin-offs got localized, and even the Miles Edgeworth spin-off game got localized, which is absolutely wild. And that's honestly that's honestly a lot more than what Ace Attorney fans could have asked for. But all they want is just a brand new game, because from what I've heard from, I think the last Ace Attorney game is called Spirit of Justice. I could be wrong on that. From what I've heard, that game ended on a cliffhanger. So we haven't gotten an ending to resolve. We haven't gotten a resolution from that ending. So yeah, I think this franchise is the this franchise is in an okay spot. Yeah, I know it hasn't gone. I know the franchise has not gotten a new game in quite some time, but again, I would love to see Phoenix Wright in Smash. I think he would be such a great inclusion to represent the visual novel genre. Although, again, I do think he's in a tough battle for not only Capcom characters but visual novels as well. So, without a little way, do you guys think Phoenix Wright is worthy of joining Super Smash Brothers? Yes, no. Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and if you want to, you can also follow me on Instagram, Bloodbox, and Backlog down in the description down below. This is Nama